Hello, Vera. Hello. Okay, have you ever wondered why I don't need to drink coffee in the morning? What, are you trying to make a dad joke? No, I'm not a father and thus cannot make dad jokes. However, to help jumpstart that beautifully brilliant brain of yours, I can always offer a little Vera magic. Okay. Okay, because the acronym, yeah. But that's another jape. Allow me to repeat the first one so you may ponder uninterrupted while getting ready. I don't have a clue. The actual answer is because I already run on Java. Do you? I thought that was a defunct coding language from hundreds of years ago. Indeed it is. Your dearth of knowledge dazzles me daily, researcher. I actually run on Veritas, as truth is my guiding compass. If I was just a server-wide rumor mill, there would be no use for me here. Further jests will have to wait. Okay. Let us delve further into the data and cover your truth. Can I solve this? Today the solution feels so obvious. Tackle it layer by layer. You blaze through the first two layers with ease. Ah, but the last layer. Okay, so not yet. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's the same. Kind of the same. Interview transcription. Officer Guani Nazario of the Tonsaket Police Department. I am joined by the officer Matthew Cunningham. Today is Tuesday, January 17th. Okay, blah blah. Teresa, what Nazario just did was start the recorder so you can properly document your account. You were at Loomis Forest on January 16th? Yes. Why? I was there to drop off lunch for Angelique. So you went to see Miss Angie. Why? She forgot her lunch. That was thoughtful of you. But just so we are clear, the park's been closed to the public for over a century. Because of radiation and stuff. How did you get through the front gate? Angie let me in. That's not what you said earlier. You told us you didn't see her at all. I meant I had her key, a spare. She kept a spare at home to unlock the gate. I should let you know, Miss Maya, that we have travel records showing you and Miss Montepic were seeing each other regularly. At the same time, same place, during the same week of each month. That's more than friendly, wouldn't you say? Not at all. But so, we spoke with your wife. She's got no clue what you get up to in Tonasket when you're here. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not implying anything, ma'am, but you're welcome to clarify. I've been visiting Angie because we are friends. We were college roommates and reconnected after I got married. That's all. She's not close with her family and her friends are few and far between. Angie's always been that way, friendly, but she keeps to herself. So you were keeping her company? Yes, I was. Oops. And that creature was keeping her company too. It's alright, Teresa. We are just trying to understand what Angelique was involved in. Well, she's been interacting with that thing for months. At first she didn't say anything, maybe around month 4 or 5 she told me. She got serious, she got photos, it wrote letters. Yes, like it understood. She'd talk to it and it would write back its answers after she showed it how. According to Miss Montepic journal, they only interacted for a few months. You're suggesting it learned to communicate that fast? So I'm guessing this kind of similar what we are doing here, what happened. Something happened between them. I got her with lunch, opened the gate. I didn't see her, so I walked a bit and called out for her. She didn't respond, so I just kept walking until I found her and it. Out in a clearing doing... 1 second. Okay. That's the picture of a Vivus. Artist's rendition of Angelique Monte's perspective of the Vivus. It was entering her, holding her mouth open like one of those ringmaster and lion acts. Its face was in there, shriveled wrong, a tiny head on that freakish body. Her jaw was trembling like it would crack. Her skin bulging from where it had slithered in. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. She didn't act hurt. That was the worst part. Her eyes were wide, but calm. They held each other gently. Then there was this hum in the air. The plants started glowing. I tried to get to her, but I tripped, stepped on one of the glowing things, and everything went wrong. She screamed, then the sound just cut off. That's the last time I heard her voice. And that thing, it just fucking left her there. She was bleeding, and it just left her there. Soulless piece of plant shit. After it had the audacity to pretend like she belonged with it, like it chose her, like it cared for her. Do I really need to answer that, officer? That's enough. I think we've covered all we need to, officer. For now. Okay, so is that what's gonna happen to us if we let it? Your heart rate has risen slightly. Are you troubled by the contents of the debrief? It's just reading about the fusion of a human and Vivus from an outsider's perspective is unsettling. Undergoing drastic cellular change like that. That poor woman. She must have been in immense pain, But by all accounts, her demeanor was calm, cool, and collected, a fascinating contradiction. That is why others involved in Project Sporesight have begun to hypothesize the glomerular have ability to secrete a neuroactive compound capable of paralyzing other organisms. Similar in strategy to parasitoid wasp. Neutralize defenses, then show your true intent by taking over the host's body. That might be an over-exaggeration, Vera. We still don't know what their true intentions are. Besides, it sounds like Miss Montepique had a bond with that glomerulum. Subject VG71037, perhaps? Though I must remind you that humans experience a strong natural inclination to form social bonds even with non-human entities. Then the conundrum is whenever glomerurum. I still just read global. I kind of read it like this. Can gently return those bonds in kind. When in doubt, we must turn to the rigid certainty of science for the answers we seek. Lead the charge, researcher. Okay. Let's see. She looks darker, no? She looks a bit different. Vivus' gaze tracks you as you cross into the laboratory. What? Not even going to say hello, Indy? She wears an air of nonchalance, but her pale petals suggest it's only a costume. The woody ligaments under her skin strain to keep their petals from dropping. Morning. You're quiet today. You roll your shoulders in response. Did you sleep well? A yellowed leaf drifts to the floor. Okay. Are we ready to start then, Vera? Yes, all damage to your specimen is entirely psychological. Such eagerness is most becoming on you, researcher, and yes, I've just populated them. Okay. So collection. Okay. Maintain constant conversation with the specimen to ensure a consistent release. Okay. I see. She needs to keep this on for an entire hour. I'm sure just a few seconds would net the same results. Why? Other than for cruelty's sake? You know the saying, because I said so. Ah, that's what I intended to be, another quip. But your vitals suggest it landed properly. Still, every joke contains a spoonful of truth. I said it because others told me to. The result is the same. You've received your orders, researcher, best to get started. With such a great company, an hour will pass before you know it. Right. Vivus, place this over your head, please, and then tell me... what's your most treasured memory? When I met you face to face in my current body, of course. Bro, she's hitting on his heart. It was the first time I could interact with the world in a way that meant something. We stood before each other on equal footing, no barriers, no distortions. We truly saw each other for the first time. And how did that feel for you? You looked very different on the other side of my growth chamber. The glass warped your face into something much more sinister. I had no idea. Sorry if I scared you back then. Your real face is much more pleasing. Once I could see your features properly, I discovered that it is well shaped. You have very nice lips. I am fascinated by them, much softer than our flesh. Oh, thank you. You're most welcome, Indy. Vivus preens her leaves with a dainty hand, chirping contentedly. She glances to make sure you're still looking. Oppe, researcher, I am detecting a lull in the conversation. To ensure accurate test results, be sure to keep the conversation flowing. Do you have a question for me? Oops. Vera, surely we have time for Vivus to get a question in. Just this once, I will allow it, but make it snappy. We are not measuring your VOCs just yet, researcher, but if you want to field more questions, we can certainly test you next. Just kidding. Okay. Go on. Indy, what do you do when I'm not around? I think about you. Vivi's pupils widen like a lynx tracking its next meal. That's not good. She leans forward. Your reflection floats in the chasm of her big eyes. Is that so? I'm on your mind just as much as you're on mine? Tears prick your eyes as you devolve into a coughing fit, throat stinging from the overpowering scent of roses that suddenly floods the room. Vivus, that's too much. It shouldn't be, not when you feel the same way. Between the churai heaving, you can't cough up a reason. Deep in the ceiling, a groaning metal beast stirs from its sleep and the filtration system wears into overdrive. In less than 3 seconds, the room is fully replenished with fresh air. Just thought you could use something to clear the air. Coughing severely impacts my transcription accuracy, and I appreciate being part of your conversations. Carry on. Vivus huffs, unsympathetic. It's complicated, only because you insist on maintaining this trait of denying me. Do I not deserve the same honesty after all I've given? I've been honest with your probing questions. I've played along all these days, so go on, keep telling me you don't feel the same way. I deserve the same honesty I've been given. Oh. Vivus' sharp glare points to the ceiling. A prickly warmth tickles the synapses at the back of your skull. The warmth dissipates, the prickling stops. Your lungs remember how to work again. Vivus, you're my specimen. Work is central to my time here, so of course I'm going to be concerned about your welfare. Her yippy staccato laugh catches you off guard. I'm a very precious specimen, but I can take care of myself just fine. I don't need your pity, researcher. You're making this into something it's not. Vera can testify. I am contractually obligated to spend time with you, observe you, and learn the ins and outs of your behavior. It's not like I choose to act like this in my free time. I have to because it's my job. Don't say that. I value keeping my job, and if I need to give you a tough reminder to keep things in line, then I will. In acknowledgement, the room fills with a putrid stench, one that you know by many names. Untreated wastewater, night soil, decomp, or colloquially dipshit. You may not be the one analyzing the VOCs, but you have a pretty good idea what Vivus is trying to convey. You try to convince yourself the stink isn't that bad, but it takes all your effort to keep your stomach settled. Vivus offers nothing to break the silence. Oppe, researcher, I am detecting a lull in the conversation. Okay. I think this one. There is so much I could say, but if I could distill my best qualities... Tips of her leaves trace lazily circles in the air as she comes to an answer. First and foremost, I am astonishingly cold tolerant. Second and third contenders are that I am waxy and perennial. No being can compare nor contain me. You were contained within the biotube just a few days ago. Vivus shrugs, front flapping away your prodding. And where am I now? As I said, I am uncontainable. Okay. Uh, huh. How do you want to be seen? What is the glomerum sleep cycle like? Actually, I'm kind of interested in this. Does she even sleep? We sleep and then we wake, like you, obviously. But are you diurnal? I assume you prefer to be in the sun as much as possible for photosynthesis. I suppose we do not need one long, consistent sleep that takes a full night. Short bursts are better, but your testing protocols often do not allow for this. Depending on what we bond with, you might even see our petals fold and reopen. But these rests are controlled internally, not just because the sun falls. Well, that sounds like a form of nyctinasty. That must be what regulates your temperature, and it might be what prevented you from freezing to your cores in the iceberg. Perhaps, but is this really interesting to you? What would I like to discuss instead of is our duster and his sleep cycle. Mr. Vincelli, what about him? He fell asleep at your desk the other night. His ceaseless sounds were a public indecency. Is this a defense mechanism for humans while they sleep? No, he was likely just snoring. His airway may be a bit blocked when he sleeps. What? What if he had suffocated? It isn't directly fatal and doesn't always mean something is blocked. Sometimes just that we are exhausted. Then what about you? You look terrible. Vivus drags her hands down her face, foliage twitching as their jaw snaps. Now I have to worry that sleep might take you both. Okay, lull in the conversation. What do you want to do when we are not testing in the lab? Recently, I've been making up stories with objects in my room. Sounds like a good way to pass the time. Do you want to tell me one of your stories? No, I mean, you wouldn't... They're not fun stories. At this point, we've established I can handle whatever you throw at me. The real character building comes into play when characters are forced to make hard choices. Now that's the fun part, in my opinion. I warn you, it's not my best work. I could do much better with a stage and actors than with utensils. You can tell me as much as you like, I won't force you. Last night when I left off, chili soup for the hole and the test tube... What? Chili soup for the hole and the test tube were deliberating on what to do on their shared day of work. Indeed, because chili soup and the test tube aren't here with us, I will need 2 objects to fill in for my missing characters. You procure a wad of modeling clay and a pen. Vivus puppets them around with the light. So you see, Chili Soup, who will be portrayed by this fascinating malleable clay, has a very busy work schedule. In Vivus' nimble hands, clay is relentlessly pounded flat to represent their inner turmoil. And so does Test Tube, who for today will be played by Pen. Pen clatters onto the table but receives no further harm. Even though they live together and enjoy the time they share, there are not many opportunities for Clay and Pen to enjoy each other's company. But every so often they both have a day off to relax and do an activity together. Something fun like housekeeping. Vivus describes the layout of the house in detail. It's stocked with the utilities, 7 beds, 4 baths, okay, so big house. Plus the neighbors are practically angels. First, Clay and Pen will change the bed sheets. So Pen helps lift the air mattress while Clay takes the bed sheets off, starting with the upper right corner of mattress 1. One could imagine that with so many beds, this is a lengthy process. Vivus is embracing a procedural method of storytelling, so you don't need to imagine at all. She describes how Clay and Pen clean their house from top to bottom with excellent attention to detail. By the end, you're confident that every item in their home has been accounted for. I really think you'd be an excellent lab manager. Okay. Okay. She stiffens, shaking her head, whipping her petals back and forth. No, we are worlds apart. What makes you so sure? Look at us, Indy. Even at the biological level, you with your tender flesh and bone, and I with my gristly shell that captures light from my pristine, supple petals. You capture the hearts of others, you easily win their trust, and they let their guard down around you. But I am not a social creature. I do not understand what it will take for you to understand me, to trust me. Instinctively, we latch onto a single organism until our fused bodies melts into the earth. My attempts at affection or friendship would be misconstrued as smothering. So do we. Not in the literal sense, but we find our people or person and hunker down in that safety. And the death of a partner can have a drastic effect on our health. It's not uncommon to hear of couples passing away within a month of one another. So it stands. Our existences are foreign to one another. We are irreconcilably different, for we can still survive without their company. Her fibrous muscle tense, clamping her jaw shut. She turns to stare at the blank white wall of the lab. Difference adds intrigue. Things get boring when they are homogeneous, as I am sure you've noticed. She deflates, turning her attention to the vaguely interesting pattern on the floor. The unknown is uncomfortable, but still something worth exploring, something valuable and new. Differences force you to confront your assumptions about the world if you approach it constructively. The result, instead of divergence or conflict, is a spark of mutual curiosity. You've had this curiosity on display from the very beginning. I'm sure Vera would say the same for me. Correctamundo. When deployed appropriately, your curiosity is a powerful asset. You have fixated on your differences as a detractor. It's not in spite of our differences that I enjoy talking with you or spending time with you. It's because of them, Vivus, that I have a newfound appreciation for the world. Vivus rakes a hand through her leaves and continues staring at the floor, but you notice a small smile tugging at her stony face. The test may now be concluded. Okay. There's our cue. Vivus, thanks for being so patient and answering all my questions today. Everything is ready. Vera, who's coming to... Okay, yeah. Do you even need to ask? About the time you finished up, your bossy intercoms had me up for hours, and all for this. Must be some valuable knowledge on these little papers. His grumbles never ceasing, he gathers the sealed plastic badge you've placed by the door before swiftly departing. In conclusion, excellent work today. Based on your exemplary and thorough performance, I have filed for a commemoration. Nice. Oh, and what do I get? Praise. Among the 23 remaining researchers, you make my top 20. Ooh. Well, that was nice to hear. Thanks, Vera. You're quite welcome. I'm also pleased to report the results from your thorough testing have been delivered, and in... Okay. In record time, the VOC results have been processed, signed, and sealed, and delivered to your EPA portal for a final analysis. Okay, daily task list. Review results. Hey man, check out draft 1 of my report for today's VOC. Curtis. So that's human done that? Okay. 6 distinct VOC emission patterns. Okay, after collection, results were analyzed against an average scent spectrum baseline. Okay. After reviewing the interactions with the assigned researcher today, the specimen displays an unflinching, narcissistic personality despite its desire to participate in human society. It antagonizes outside forces, notably it does not demonstrate the same hostility towards its researcher. This behavioral pattern is reflected clearly in its VOC emission results. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's the name of it. So scent profile. So for if it's stinky pungent, it's fear and stress. If it's sweet, then it's peace and relaxation. If it's floral, then it's attraction, like rose. If it's spicy, dry, or warm, it's pain relief, or it means sadness and melancholy. So pine, sap, or fresh is frustration, which is interesting. I think that's all. Okay, and bitter, leafy, or cut grass is like pain. No known effect on human. A warning cry for other Vivus. Okay. Repellent, attraction, heightened agitation. Okay. My thoughts on high versus low. You'd want an early look. Based on these results, we should be able to move forward with things ASAP. I'm not saying there's something going on, but narrow levels don't spike like this by accident. Wait, this was the attraction one, or yeah. Clear boundaries are being crossed. We've only had one other specimen with granule off the charts like this. If there's been cross-species contamination, we will need to account for this in our public reports, especially if we can prove this thing is the initiator. So you're telling me the 7 feet tall plant display next to no aggression, not even so much as passive-aggressive ruffling of its leaves. The possibility exists these things are capable of intentionally suppressing their VOC release because they know we are tracking them. I wouldn't say that. Uh-oh. What happened? Looks like that report wasn't meant for your eyes and was uploaded in an error. Oh. Is everything okay? Are you okay? Your concern is appreciated. Everything is still running within acceptable operational thresholds. Don't you worry about a thing. You are not in trouble. Oh wow, that's more surprising than it should be. Indeed, you are not in trouble because I am. Per confidentiality protocol, I am now required, without exception, delay, or interruption, to formally log this situation as a Class 2D exposure event. Oh, and that means what? I must now also initiate blah blah, which includes submission to a full log audit and behavioral integrity rollback. Or, researcher, what were the contents of the last document you read in your EPA portal? Ooh, okay, wait. I can save her, I think. Let's say. Shall we just do the debrief? After reviewing your EPA portal access, I can confirm this is a true statement. Though some clouds hung overhead today's progress, the sun always rises, blah blah. Please submit your daily report. I think I've saved her, but I'm not exactly sure. Okay, it's fine. I think I saved the Vera. She would be... I mean, maybe if she was reverted back, it would be better for us, but... I don't know. Okay, so Vera is going to sleep, I guess. You're certain she sensed the relentlessness pounding of your heart throughout the day, at the angst brewing underneath interactions with Vivus. No matter how you try to distract yourself, no matter whatever forced placations you offer, your thoughts surge. For in the dead of night, you're left bare and exposed to the shadows of your own mind. But 3 rough knocks split at the shroud. Hey, are you decent? The innocent weight Harry grumbles out the question grounds you. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm surprised to hear you ask. That concern didn't stop you before. Well, it didn't feel like the appropriate time to just barge in. Did something happen between yous? He fiddles with the zip of his jumper as the question clumsily tumbles out, shifting from foot to foot. You fare no better, hand still heavy on the doorknob. I told her it really isn't my business to go poking around in, but she won't even let me clean. Yes, something happened and it's making me question a lot of things. Mr. Vincelli? Like why you've come to visit me now of all times. There's something in his demeanor, the way the Findlig stops, how stiffly he sets his shoulders that aggravates you. How she sent you or how you are willingly becoming her spokesman, even since the first day we met. It bothers me a lot. You gotta be kidding me. Look, I get that you're upset, but what's getting riled up with me, I'm gonna do for you. You're acting just like her. Who are you really? The sigh that leaves him is low and heavy as his tired gaze engulfs your own. Your aggression fizzles out at how defeated he appears. Just a man trying to do honest work. You know it's not the whole truth, can it be? Maybe, but even still. Ah, but, I know where this is going. Nothing, I say, gonna placate ya, cause you don't want to hear it from me. Please will ya just let her in? You can kick her out right after, I don't care. Just let me take care of what I need to do. Ooh, okay, let's save. Sure. Alright, send her over. This is the first time we sent her somewhere else? You don't wait to watch his heavy work push food back over to the lab. Instead, you sit on your bed and grip the sheets. All you can do is wait for the inevitable. Indy. Vivus calls to you eagerly, bending under the head jump as she crosses into your room. When you look at her, really look, you can easily pinpoint the abnormal coloration spreading across her fronts. Yeah, it's different. I was gonna say these are a bit different. It's worse than it was this morning. So this is where you disappear to each night. Your fingertips delicately graze the wall, skim your desk and slow as they reach the projector. The ends appear more wilted, larger discolored patches all splotchy across the appendages. This is your bed? Yes, it is. Seems the budget is tight for more than just specimen quality of life. You can't be comfortable like this. You should tell your Vera you need proper... It's fine. Vivus winces, leaves wrinkling at your detached tone. I haven't seen a projector this up close before. You must watch films at night too. No, I don't. Oh, you should. It would help the hours pass. My personal recommendation would be I don't care to watch anything. Alright. Indy, do you recall that conversational game we played with the questions? I mean, would you rather? Yes. This time I have one for you. I've been thinking of it since last night. Vivus stands upright, towering over your seated form. It's the way she trembles, wilting fingers growing taut as she fidgets with her fronts, makes her seem so fragile. Would you rather we had never met? Of course not. Why would you even ask that? You're always doing this. Why do you choose to be so difficult? You glare at her, frazzled, fury licking at your heels as this towering creature makes herself seem so small. Do you want me to say yes? Would that... No! She releases her foliage, the fronds fluttering about in disarray as panic bleeds into her tone. Then why ask such a ridiculous question to begin with? Vivus. You sigh, drawing the sheets closer for comfort. I wouldn't have let you in here if that were the case. Vivus draws close as your voice tightens, hands slowly sliding across your sheets. Her pinky lightly brushes... Okay, as in finger, okay. I was like, what? Brushes against yours, halting all thought, then the wilted digit curls around your finger, clinging gently. I'm going to sit beside you. This is your warning. Do not scream. You numbly nod your heads. A silence hangs and is followed by a distinctively inhuman sensation as your side of the bed lifts off the floor beneath her sinking weight. Vivus. Her pinky locks with yours again, coiling around it. Just what are you trying to accomplish? You're smart and frighteningly so. Each day I spend with you, it only becomes clearer. The way you mimic us, what you choose to share, What do you want from me? Her pinky coils even tighter against your own, drawing your attention to her gentle gaze. Everything. Vivus' free hand inches toward your jaw. Once in her grasp, she tenderly thumbs the skin. I want to do it all with you, everything with you. Brother. A gentle hum fills the room, and your gaze blurs as your mind goes pleasantly numb. Distantly, you process that her face draws closer, but the press of her maw against the corner of your lips. No. At once you pull away, as does Vivus, burned by your scathing rejection, all foliage tightening as if to shield her body from your rage. What is it this time? Your intentions are never clear. My intentions? What are you doing? Your voice bubbles with the frustration you forced down, hands tangling in the sheets as your fist pounded the mattress. Vivus, after everything I've put you through, after what you've done, I just can't understand. Help me understand. As you plead, Vivus's fronts droop. Quietly, she scoots closer again, slowly testing the waters. When you don't flee, her hand reaches for yours. I'm confused and a bit scared. A sweet scent drifts through the air, smoothing the edges of your worries until they soften and fade. Your chest is lighter on your next exhale. Ah, fragile one, these pains are self-inflicted. Seize this, cease working yourself up with these endless worries. Lean on my shoulder if you need stability, sturdy enough for us both. There is no doubt within me, my feelings for you are unflinching. I do not expect yours to be melded in steel, not so soon, but if you try to tell me anything other than you do not, at least like me, I will know you are lying to yourself. The grasp begins to loosen, so yours tightens. Oh my god, okay, so are we literally flirting and almost dating a plant? Oh my god, it is a dating sim, low-key, as I saw in reviews. Okay, let's go with it. I think at this point we chose her out and stuff. I think we just go with it. Okay. I like you. Happy? Yes, as I said, to claim anything else would be a lie. But I am thrilled that you have finally decided to stop fighting your feelings. But it's entirely unfair of me. We can. Vivus, look at yourself. Everything that you've been forced into becoming, I played a role in. The things I put you through. Vivus presses a finger against your lips. Let me show you how misplaced your pity is. She withdraws. You continue to undermine me. You freeze as Vivus' tone darkens. All you can do is watch, stunned as the familiar fibers stitching her skin together begin to unwind. Slow at first, then peeling apart in wet, stringy clumps. With each snap, twitch, and crack, your stomach churns. Fibers writhe and curl as they separate, the saturated hues painting over her once vibrant form. One by one, they rearrange themselves into something unfamiliar. When the sounds of slick flesh cease, she grins down at you. Indy, look at me. Peering into your soul with compound eyes. Oh, is that her, like, real form? No, let's not scream. Let's chill. My natural beauty has left you speechless. This isn't even all I can do. She thrills, the dull glow emanating from her throat intensifying. Rhythmically, it rotates like a lighthouse beam, green glow sweeping over your room. It's unclear what the beacon offers, a warning of, or hope from, danger. But you stretch a hand out, the pull it has on you, undeniable. Vivus. Careful not to look too closely, dear one, or you will lose yourself to it, and I prefer you as you are. The light ebbs into a steady pulse, your head clears. Your gaze falls to the hand that grasps yours, the only part of Vivus that remains unchanged. You have never needed our intervention. In a sense, it may have been more your size had I not received the additional compound. Ah. Vivus' skin bubbles, fibers snapping and rewinding as her form melts down into the one she's adorned the past days. I could not secure my shell without risk, not when they had me in such a vulnerable state. For days in the back of a truck there was no light. Then they brought me here under fluorescence. It slowed me down. So all of this, it's fake? It's an illusion that you're manifested? Is that what you're showing me? It's no more real than the flesh that houses your human brain. Then why did you ask me to choose? Vivus smiles a white, toothy grin, but as she inches closer, her face softens into something painfully sincere. Because I wanted you to like me. It can be anything I want, but what I want is you. Okay, with each one we have to save low-key. I still don't know, and if I don't want you, I'm afraid of what I want. Can I say that? Her gaze lowers. I do not know what else I can do. If it is because of last night, I know that I regret my actions, Indy. You are irreplaceable and precious to me. I do not know how to channel the strength of my emotions. Vivia's voice thins to a windy whisper and her face tightens. How to show you I care without frightening you. It's not that I fear you, Vivius. I fear what will change, how I will change. How much you've already changed for me. And there it goes again, that mind spinning a tale that involves me without me. Stop. These are things we will navigate together. Wow, it's such actually well written. Like, oh my god. Vivius pauses to evaluate your complexion. The skin between her eyes pinches. As she studies your expression, hers is swallowed by concern, hands tracing the contours of your face. Her fingers eventually rest on the dark circles beneath her eyes. You look more and more exhausted each day. Her fingers aren't wilting anymore. Mr. Vincelli explained what these are to me. I do not like it. You need to rest. Get into bed. With no will left to resist, you allow her to guide you beneath the sheets. Once you are tucked in, her fingers softly stroke your side. My researcher. I understand that this has been much for you to take in, but... The petting slows, you nudge her hand with a hip. But... Her grip tightens sharply over the curve of your hip bone. Oh. A pulse of color flashes across her skin, bright, urgent, faster than any you've seen before. Vivis, your grip, it's a little too tight. I must hold tight to what is mine. You're constantly threatening to leave me when I don't. Unless you promise you'll come to me first thing tomorrow night. Of course I will. Your confirmation seems to soothe her for now. The petting resumes steady, reverent. With that, you drift into easy slumber. We will come back. We are there every night. Unless something happens. Oh, researcher. Vera, the alarm hasn't gone off yet. Is everything okay? Better than okay. The only issue currently is that you are still sleeping when it's time to wake up. What's your deal? I usually get at least another hour to sleep minimum. You sure do on a regular day, but today holds something extraordinary. A super special surprise. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, sounds cool. Whatever it is, can wait until my alarm goes off. Is that what you're waiting for? In that case, yeah, okay. Okay, what's so urgent? You'd best get up, because you and your specimen have been cleared to go out into the wild. What? Think of it like a field trip. What? Your lunch and preferred caffeinated beverage. Yes, I've been keeping track. Already raring to go. Nah, yuppers. Then how will today's test be recorded? Do you have access that far? You unfortunately will be responsible for administering, monitoring, and documenting all aspects of the tests. Upon your return this evening, we will conduct a thorough download of today's event, and you will complete your review as in standard. But don't worry, you won't be alone. To ensure safety outside of the lab-controlled environment, my co-sibling Tara will chaperone. It will be keeping a watchful eye on you throughout high-resolution thermal imaging drones. Okay, so we're gonna be watched, basically. What a relief to know we'll be in such a safe hands. I doubt Vivus will cause any problems, though. Of course not. However, I will warn Tara lacks my sociability and charm. Where I tolerate your unique proclivities, should Tara judge any of her actions a threat to Project Sporesight, she will unleash a payload of 20mm rotary autocannon fire. Wow. Great. But I won't delay you any longer. Your daily debrief is populated and awaiting your review. Can we make this thing? Why is this thing so colorful? It's mocking you. The brightest thing in your room, day in, day out. Okay. So still, we cannot do that. Is this frame made of real wood? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, there's nothing special. Oh, needed from that. Okay, let's go. Another agent background. Incident transcription. Says my battalion engaged the spores. Okay. Oops. Heavy too many, too fast. Identification of disease is proven difficult. Colonel is furious, rightly so. Twisted abominations. We were briefed about the possibility of civilian protesters at the site, but at no point we were given orders to harm non-combatants. My men and women are trained, diligent. They have orders, they follow them. Our objective was clear. If containment protocols failed, and they did, quickly eliminate all wild spores. We issued multiple warnings, urged them to evacuate for their safety. They refused. Okay. So, interesting. Civilians protested for like the rights of the plants or spores, let's say. They turned hostile, started screaming, hurling insults, shoving at our shields. Through shit, real human shit. They were baiting us to react, and we had no choice but to peacefully detain several individuals. We had to restore order to the scene. Yet the spore monster that they are leapt to violence. Our men, good men, some of the best I've known. They were ripped apart. Casualties are inevitable, but this we were helpless, nothing more than lambs in wolves' den. The civilian casualty, we don't even know her name, but what I do know is she didn't deserve what they did to her. We were there to protect civilians, all of them, to keep those creatures from hurting anyone else. But they took her, I saw it. The next thing I know, there's gunfire and explosion. They grabbed her, dragged her into the smoke, and I couldn't get to her. And when the smoke cleared, she was already gone. Not a mark on her, no blood, no wounds, just gone. Those damned plant fucker demons, they're the ones to blame. Lost my composure, excuse me. As soon as she went down, their assault on my unit ceased. They swarmed her body, we tried to breach their perimeter to extract her, but the protester line surged forward. It wasn't grief. It was a goddamn ritual, completely still, heads bowed, even the civilians joined in. Then the smell of the air, it changed, turned sweet. Like my mother's perfume. Those monsters were releasing something to twist the minds of everyone. It nearly hypnotized me. Given the escalated risk, I was left with no choice but to issue a tactical withdrawal. I will be transferring to medical care immediately to treat my exposure to those monsters and treat symptoms of neurological instability with Dr. Morales. But one glance is enough to know those creatures are not human. They are incapable of human thought or emotion. They are infecting our country and brainwashing innocent civilians into passivity. Good men don't stand beside monsters. Interesting. Okay. What do you think? To think implies I have an opinion on the matter. Okay. She doesn't have opinion. Will Merum harm what they claim to project? Humans often do the same. Perhaps we are all monsters, except me, of course. I'm just a code. Now venture forth and enjoy your grand adventure. Hey yo, we're going outside. Nice. Is she even here? Your specimen is currently unavailable. In the meantime, please take a quick peek at your daily directives. Okay. Be temporarily released from laboratory containment to monitored natural environment. 4 curated enrichment activities have been planned. Must visit all stations, okay. Habitat construction, predator stimulation, shared resource obelisk, and hidden object hunt. From 4 to 12 hours. You're required to maintain 3 to 10 feet of distance at all times, okay. So I'm basically just watching Vivus but outside. Roof hands grab you from behind. Okay, wow. Relax, you know I'm not gonna hurt you. Okay, so that's this, bro. Why are you attacking me? What's going on? Attacking you? Come off it. Stop with the dramatics. You need an escort up top. I'm just the lucky bastard taking you. And that can't happen without the blindfold? Would if I could, but you know how it goes. All these damn protocols, the talking toaster insisted. Apologies for the fright, researcher. Government secrets first, safety second. This facility's exit routes are strictly classified. But the janitor gets to see them? Are you volunteering to clean up Class 7 biohazard spills? I will expedite approval for your updated job description if so. Never mind. But there was absolutely no way you could have just asked me to put the bag over my head. Statistically, compliance rates go way up when we skip the negotiation phase. Well, it makes sense. You're doing great, by the way. Genial mishavious. You repeat that, Mr. Misselli? You failed to see how eggs are relevant to the task at hand. Oh, nothing. Let's just get this over with. Again, as a final reminder, once you step outside the facility, you'll be without my guidance. Please behave yourself while in Tara's assistant range. I'll miss you. Okay. Ruth think of his uniform. His hands are quick to anchor at your waist until you are steady on your feet and able to continue. You try to memorize the path you take, mentally marking each turn. Oh, that's smart. Straight 20 paces, then left. Your shoulder clips against metal pipes. Was that because you took a sharp right or did you just veer into the wall? Count your steps. Relax, I can feel your tension, but everything's fine. Is Vivus already out there? She wasn't in her room. Not sure, haven't seen her yet. I heard they were all rounded up earlier than the use. Had to let you lot get your beauty sleep. Ah. A high-pitched chime rings out. Dario propels you forward, the new lights overhead are fizzy for your sack. The floor trembles and you pitch forward from unexpected momentum. An elevator. It seems you really are going to the surface. Vira's always been adamant about keeping Vivus in the lab. I don't suppose you've heard anything about why this is happening. Whole lot of panic and noise. People like to talk and everyone just assumes I don't have my listening ears on. What's being said? Anything that might impact my job? You tell me. Guess some records used are private to one went screwy yesterday. Your motherboard-in-law's poking her nose around to fix it, and she can't focus on that if she's dealing with you. You feel him flick your badge. Oh yes, I've been told I am an irrepressible troublemaker through and through. He snorts, the elevator dings again, and the doors jitter open. As Dario nudges you, your shoes clang against a different surface, grated steel maybe, then soft rubber, then concrete. The air tastes different here. It's less filtered and damp. The humidity glues your lab coat to your elbows, and the sweat building under the sack grows even tackier. Gotta wait here. For what? We are the servers, aren't we? Metal grinds on metal as hydraulic locks hiss and clang. Yeah, okay. Here, let's get that thing off your head. Nice. Let's see. Just in time for you to witness a towering industrial door lurch open. It rakes across the floor with a concrete scraping screech. Nice, the outside world. And smattering of white coats dotting like stars across green grass. I'll be back for ya once all the clear is given. Here's your lunch and the caffeinated beverage just the way you like it. A neatly wrapped package is shoved into your hands, followed by a clipboard. Okay, new orders return to assigned duties. So lad, you have to clamp your hands over your ears. I assume that's Tara. Response for EPA employee number, yes. Well, that's my cue, see ya. New orders. Your specimen has arrived, begin assessment. You see Vivus trotting up to you with 10 armed guards at her routine. Indy, oh, she looks... Oh, I cannot cook her, right? I would be shot on sight. I would try though. Vivus molds seamlessly against you as you wrap your arms around her body. Yeah. Rogue situation. Contact is in progress. Intervention is impossible. Threat assessment red. And I'm dead. Am I actually dead? I think so, right? It just killed me. I guess that's one of the endings. The broadcast comes as shock to us all. Insurgencies, horde tenters, and recruitment by both Exclave and Epa. No section has escaped the rising tension. Introduction and what their presence possess for our future. Recurring viewers know that between EPA experts and high-ranking Exclave members, we had received conflicting reports about what to expect from these creatures. Their capabilities are beyond our comprehension, as are their true intentions, and not only the Glomerarium, our leadership too. Okay. We're gonna... Oh shit, if you have loved ones in Region 5, get them out now. Developments are still on the way. Exclave and their Glomerarium are actively working to evacuate as many Setchians as possible. I can't, as much as I wish this wasn't true, stationed here myself or receive notes from United Setch officials to evacuate. I know this will be our last broadcast. Folks, I wish I could say more, but Oh, go forget it, we need to go. So that would be reduced to ashes. Your absence ensures the United States is doomed to repeat its forefathers' mistakes, plunging the whole world further into disrepair. Okay, no. Let me go back. Load. We are not ending on this. Greet Vivus. Vivus, good morning. Are you okay? You weren't in the lab. They haven't done anything to you, have they? I would have liked to do away with the supervision entirely, but I feel fresh, alive, better than ever. The guards jolt, momentarily reaching for the guns as Vivus flexes her arms. There will be plenty of time for us to bask in the sun. My petals could certainly use the natural light. But let's get started. We have a few different options for your enrichment time. Do you have a preference? Vivus sweeps a judgmental gaze across the field. This is all the APA could afford. I find that hard to believe. Out of these options, I suppose habitat construction is the least useless activity. They want me to die of boredom? Why don't we start with... Okay, we can actually choose. Nice. Okay, let's go to the habitat construction, because that's what she wanted. Sparsely populated, Vivus makes a beeline for a pile of shredded tarp. Researcher, follow me. I need your help gathering everything I want. Vivus darts between tables, tossing rolls of tape, bundles of wires. Okay, so we have like human items. Like wire, tape, loose pencils into your open arms. Vivus, I can't. Yes, you can. You're very capable. And look, a perfect piece of cardboard. Vivus. You stumble, nearly dropping everything, but Vivus swiftly intercepts, arms catching all that begins to fall. Fine, lay it on the floor so that I do not touch you. I will carry these burdens. Filling half a table alone with her pile of materials. She flattens tarp shreds and stacks them. Content with her makeshift cushion, she sits and picks through her collection. Turning the cardboard over, Vivus slides her palm across the smooth surface. This will work well, very, very well. She reaches to grab a handful of toothpicks. Do not watch me. I'm supposed to observe you. Vivus yelps as the toothpicks splinter in her firm grip. She sees while pulling shards of wood out of her bruised fingertips. I also want this to be a surprise. Look away for now. You turn your attention to what the other Glomerarium nearby are putting together. Interesting, so they are also out there, like different ones. The team closest to you has taken full advantage of nature's resources. Fungal fruiting bodies are bursting from the layer of biomatter coating a vaguely conical structure. The researcher sits up when they notice you watching. We had so much fun foraging during the hidden object hunt, didn't we? Stella. Who would have imagined we'd find a marionberry growing? After all, those only grow in region 1. Fascinating, isn't it, Stella? One might even begin to speculate we are just a few miles from the west coast. It's a shame Tara said we couldn't take any edible plants inside, but you've been so creative to incorporate white truffles, marionberries and other local organic forms into your design. What Stella's design lacks in polish, it makes up for creativity and hot glue. The other surface is coated with sticks, moss, and other stuff. Excellent work. Stella purrs with delight and chucks a handful of wet mud onto the construct. Some of it splatters onto the white coat. Onto your white coat. You wander over to the next two, who are hunched over the bench with focused intensity. They have constructed a dizzying framework of triangles and plastic pipes. Is this some sort of star? Do you enjoy space? It's a small stellated dodecahedron, you oaf. Sorry, yeah, small stella dodecahedron. Really easy to get those mixed up. Well, I think you've got a really cool shape going. You notice the Glamorerum pointedly ignore you, already making another shape. I think you only need to make one construct. In perfect synchrony, the researcher and the Glamorerum roll their eyes and resume working on their second spiky construct. So it's like they are similar personalities, right? The third and final pair of subjects and scientists in your vicinity are having considerably less fun together. A Glomerorum is sawing through a plank of wood at a snail's pace. My allergies are acting up. Stop wasting my time. I know we can move faster than that. This is slothful Glomerum. This is how I build my house. If you know better, then why don't you tell me what I should be doing? You sly bastard. We are already at orange. They will kill both of us. Both. Do you understand that? I don't know, do I? Fine, build it however you damn well please. Okay. Having completed your survey of the other groups, you circle back to Vivus. As you arrive, she's adding the finishing touches to an apartment floor plan. It is constructed entirely of counterbolt, toothpicks, and leopard pattern duct tape. It looks surprisingly professional as you start to understand the shaky pencil markings as written words. Certain issues become apparent. The distance between the toilet and the fridge, for one. Before you mention it, yes, I am aware that I did not leave enough room for a hallway to connect the main living spaces. But you need an office space, and I've graciously placed it next door to a lab room. I will allow you to fill your lab with whatever equipment you desire. But you must leave enough space for me to nest in as I desire. This is how cohabitation works. Obviously, you like it though, right? Nice work. You've got some really fresh ideas here. The lack of hallway does make it difficult to navigate, but if you added some well-positioned doors to the central storage space, you could bridge the gap between the kitchen and dining rooms. I knew you would appreciate my efforts. Designing a layout with limited space is more difficult than I thought. Now be honest, do you like my house? Sure. Vivus' face flushes with deep hues, yellows and greens galore. Designed a stretching balcony because clearly we will all be tired of being trapped indoors, and because you and I are good with plants, it must be wide enough for a container garden. I really do appreciate your thoughtfulness, Vivus. Thank you. Vivus puffs her chest with pride. We are literally on a date, bro. This is a date with a plant that we've developed in lab. Consider me impressed. Your creation blows all the others out of the water. Vivus snatches up her house, marching to the bench at the center of the habitat construction zone. She sweeps all the tools onto the cobblestone and sets her creation down with a triumphant grin. Let us leave them in awe of my brilliance. Where to next, researcher? Okay, so we need 3 more. Hidden object hunt. Let's see. Can we not save the worst for last? Why would this be the worst? Vivus sights Fran's flicking taunt. There's a little sun in that forest. It is dense. It's a requirement. The faster we get through it, the faster we can spend the remaining time beneath the sun. Come on. Vivus drags her feet, but the two of you make way for the forest. The trees are silent and stoic, and so are the guards preparing the trails. The twigs snapping under your boots gingerly announce your presence to the 4 soldiers stationed on the trailhead. They stare you down and size Vivus up. One adjusts her grip on her rifle, shifting uneasily on her feet as you draw near. But you heed them little mind, keeping your eyes fixed straight ahead on the trial map and information sign just past the clearing. Come, researcher, we will go this way. Vivus makes a sharp left, marching through thick underbrush and away from the soldiers. You swat the branches out of your face with your clipboard, but the onslaught is endless. Remember, we've got to stay within 3 to 10 feet, Vivus. I can't push through this like you can. No one will see us with all this cover, don't worry. Vivus slows her pace nonetheless. Why this way? Vivus ignores your question in favor of swatting away more underbush. It doesn't look like many of the others have been through here. Do you know where you're going? Right now I'm feeling very fond of the road most taken. That is surprising coming from you. You jolt as Vivus takes a swinging kick at a cluster of long-necked white mushrooms, swiftly beheading the whole bunch. It's not wise to choose options that stagnate you. This challenge will do you good. Live a little, researcher. Don't you feel powerful conquering the wilderness? Suddenly Vivus slows at a stop. You jump back, having nearly broken distance protocol. You're totally lost, aren't you? Researcher. Slowly Vivus turns with uncharacteristically careful steps. Her eyes are dark and wide, reflecting the overcast sky peeking through the treetops. Go. Huh? A hiss leaves Vivus' throat as she takes a step toward you. The scent of fresh pine trickles onto your tongue. Wait, fresh pine, that was bad, right? Quickly. Oh, it's Stella. Emerges from the trees, bouncing on her heels as she rushes up to Vivus. Stella, what are you? Ah, it's you two. Okay. As if you weren't aware. Vivus swats at Stella, but she just ducks before playfully swiping back. You watch the way her fingers dig into one of her fronds, thoughtfully tugging the foliage. So are these black for me, like the silhouettes, because I haven't unlocked them? I guess that's the case. How is the hunt going? Terrible, we don't even have a pamphlet. Because we do not need a pamphlet, especially not from this one. I'd offer you hours, but I tossed it. That's right, you've already finished the object hunt, haven't you? The researcher stiffens at your question, hands raised in a placating gesture. She has a special relationship with the flora of this region. What do you mean? The same your Vivus has, I imagine. Indy, I have had enough of them. We must go. Now, it's time to move on to another, safer activity. But we haven't completed any part of this activity. Would you like to never complete one again? Hey, no, don't say another word to my researcher. Indy, come, we can go grab the damned pamphlet. Why are you so set on leaving? Don't make me beg. Will you follow me out? Sure. Thank you. Vivus puffs up her front, growling at Stella. The clicks are aggressive as he forces the other glomerorum back, the scent of sticky sap sticking to your throat. Go, researcher. Do not look back until we are out. And do not say another word about them. Vivus heads for an open patch of grass and sinks to her knees, digging fingers into the soft soil. Her petals sag with the weight of a secret. Do you have something you want to say? Yes, the observer is not very observant when it matters most. While your contradictions are often amusing, I have little patience for irony right now. What purpose does that clipboard even serve? Mind you, I'm supposed to be observing you. Then you should have observed how agitated I was and moved more swiftly. You wasted time acting so clueless. Really won't explain anything? That Stella is an open book, trusting and naive. It's clear she trusts her researcher explicitly, she would die for them. But it was far beyond your hypothetical self-sacrifice dilemmas. She's not just ready, she's preparing to. A piercing trill erupts from the heart of the hidden object in Hunzone, followed by a staccato pop. We should get as far away from the forest as we can. Huh. Interesting. Warning, perimeter breach. Stay where you are. Warning. Okay, what happened? Indy, what do we do? Whatever they say. We both glance around, watching chaos unfold as soldiers round researchers and Glomererum into a tight cluster and herd them away from the facility. They are separating us, but why? What happened? You manage a quick head count of everyone around. There's only 22 pairs of Glomerorum and researcher present. One is missing. They must have tried to make a rune for it, but who and how? Tara's warning rings on and on. Soldiers pull people aside. You two, this way now. You're ushered into the group standing by the facility doors. What's going on to happen? We need answers. But the soldier jabs the rifle into your side, and you take that for the command that it is. Shut up, you idiot. Okay. A horrid, fetid stench glows through the air, scraping at your senses and making you gag. You clamp a hand over your nose to stifle the scents. It's the smell of death. What's going on? But one voice cuts through them all. That's kinda cool. Kinda different. Footsteps scuff against earth, someone is running, and then gunfire, endless pinging of spent bullets casings, striking blood-sodden earth. Not into us, I hope. But when the rattling of machine gun fire ceases, you are still breathing. No, coughing from the smoke and gunpowder and that god-awful smell still choking up the air. You shift to stand, but Vivus' arms coil around you. They pin you in place, and it's only when your cough turns into a gasping fit that Vivus' arms unfurl. She reaches for your face. Researcher, Indy, are you okay? Did you get hit? Can you hear me? I'm fine. What about everyone else? You turn to look. But oh, you shouldn't have. What happened? Well, the prodigal researcher returns. Oh, and we just came back, okay. Did you miss me? Vera, because I missed you. But you know what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I'm feeling so fondly right now. Vera, what happened up there? I am sensing distress. I need to know how many lives were just lost and for what. Because, are you to blame? You look at your clipboard, the papers pinned on it illegible, too stained with blood. I don't know. You either are or you aren't, and since you don't know, that probably means you aren't. That means you don't need to worry about a thing, except submitting your daily report and returning to your headquarters, or your quarters, for some much needed rest. Best get to it. Bro, what happened? I wanna know. Let's do none, still. Cooperative. Same as always. I don't think it matters. Maybe if you chose like corrective action all the time, then maybe, but... Ugh. You step into the hallway, gagging as the acrid scent of sour sap slaps your senses and singes your nose hairs. What's going on? You duck back into your room, sucking in shallow breaths, savoring cycled air. But the rank stench of this morning's decay, pickled by a captive sphere, overpowers all. Begrudgingly, the chlorophyll corpses torn asunder by bullets resurface in your mind. Wow, what a sentence, by the way. Endless gaping, twitching, sizzling holes, spores bursting airborne. Cambium squelch and spilled like a green ochre jelly donut. Thalia staining the forest floor. Did they just kill all of the plants? You retch, the taste of self-loathing clinging. You expect a horde of Glomerorum but one lone culprit sits hunched over the tile, back turned, still as stone. Vivus, is this seriously all just from you? You cough, covering your mouth as the stench crawls down your throat, forcing you to blink back tears. I didn't expect to find you out here. Are there more of you? Check out the words. With each lungful your throat burns, prickly prongs of pine scraping soft tissue. Vivus doesn't respond, doesn't even acknowledge you, yet her front's curled tight as your timbre, your jaw clenches. Why out here? You note your rising heart rate, the ache in your gums, your hammering pulse. Your fingers tuck into fists, muscles coiling to strike as a wild, hungry impulse twists through your tissue and the blood vessels beneath, to sink your teeth into someone and inject them with your suffering. This isn't our typical meeting spot. It's not her, it's the Stella one, right? You snap at the air, trying to loosen your spring-loaded mandible, but it's no use. The boost remains under your skin, skyrocketing as Vivus snaps back. It was not a typical day. Wait, it is Vivus, okay. The light spilling from your room traces the tight coil of her guarded posture, highlights the guttural growl that broils in her chest. She's never taken that tone with you before. It snaps the haunting snare tight. I'm gonna save, first of all. Why are you just sitting there? Your hand rushes to press your jaw shut, but your body betrays you, vapors yanking a frustrated scream from your throat. Haven't you learned anything from today? All it takes is one slip up and we are finished. Get up right now. Okay. Get in the lab and stay there tonight. Slowly, Vivus cranes her head to face you. You suppress the repulsion that rises as her fibrous tendons flex, naturally winding like a top set to spin. You say that as if you're not coming. You grit your teeth, leveling Vivus with your fury as you snarl, I'm not. Reach for your door. Whoa. Failing to notice the vine that erupts from Vivus' hip, it quivers as tightly winds around your thigh. Don't you dare. You grunt, teeth chattering as you roughly pull to the floor, then gasp when your body scrapes across the tile. I'm not sure what exactly is happening. I think begging might be the best option. Vivus, please, you don't have to do this. Just give me some... Oh no. You're leaving me again. You wince as your shoulders rake against grout lines. I can't do this right now, it's too much. Is that why you leave? Am I too much? Your chest shudders as you look up. A tendril slackens the hollow weight in her tone, holding you to the floor. For me too, you know, it's too much. But I would not leave, not until you forced me. I do not understand, I tried when told, but mankind, you fight and flight. Why can't we not just stay to make it better? Why must you always run? Don't go where I can't see you. It's okay to be upset, Her fingers slowly trail along your jaw, mapping down the slope of your neck. She pauses against your pulse, waxy fingers intending the skin as her voice warbles. But no matter how bad we feel, we don't have to feel alone. We have each other still. Indy, you're feeling and thinking many things, but please don't think of leaving me. Not now. You sigh, flattening your cheek against the tile. It's better than suffering your own reflection in her blinking stare. You already made your decision the night before to stick by Vivus until the end, whatever end that may be. So what happens to us? Why are you thinking up the hallway? Vivus' breath hitches, skin lifting into a bittersweet smile. Her hand rests atop your head, unmoving, just present. I remember something Mr. Vincelli told me about how he comes and goes. The cruel ones crawl in and out like a burrow. Even if they do, they are never come at this time. But tonight could be different. Her gaze sharpens, flicking about the hallway. Vivus, were you guarding my door? Of course. The way in which she says it makes it seem obvious. Is this a common thing Glomorerum do? When we sense danger, we prefer to shield ourselves, you saw it today. But there's nowhere safe I can hide you, and you do not share with us. Vivus's voice trails off, a distant look overtaking her glassy pupils. A tendril squirms against your leg, clamping and releasing. If you could, that would be safest. It's a big risk to leave you alone. Wouldn't that overwhelm my mind? I cannot fathom the migraine that would cause, or if I could survive it. Maybe in the beginning, but you would stabilize. You say that like it's happened before. It's happened before? Several times. You cycle through the debris in your mind, one name sticking out. It was... oh my god, it was Morello, right? I think. I'm gonna save. But I think it was Morello. Ah, him, yes. He is one of us. Vivus study you, fronts twitching with the motion. He will not share where he is. Many of us are searching, and certain humans as well. The way she says it is strange. There's clearly more than you're being told, but more importantly, I know where he is. As do I. How do you know? And if you do, why haven't you shared? I will tell you once we leave. Is that your goal in the end? With me, I mean. Exhaust them from, well, everything, the question rolls off your tongue. I do not need that, nor would I demand it of you. But I would not oppose it if that's what you ever wanted, if it keeps you safe. In the short time we have met, it feels like forevers have passed. This world is ever changing, as are you, as am I. So perhaps one day we'll be more together. Your breath hitches as Vivus draws near. A soft maw gently presses against your lips. You feel the tentative pressure, a question in her touch, and meet it halfway. Your heart pounds with the revelation of your first true shared kiss. Warmth spreads through you as her chest rumbles. Was that alright? What I meant is, we do not need to rush. We will go at our own pace. I am content simply being beside you. Wait, I don't understand this one. I never said never? An excited chirp lifts from Vivus' chest, making yours feels lighter. Your pulse quickens at the thought of what could come in the near future. There are more important things to go focus on right now. Nothing is more important to me than you. You glare at Vivus, who only chuckles. Do not look at me so sharply. I understand, I will behave. You glance down to your thigh, where Vivus' vine remains wrapped. Does it make you uncomfortable? Perhaps it should. But the weight has become familiar, like a guiding hand on the small of your back, like a kind head resting on your shoulder. It's just very dark. Does this help? Ooh, pinch me, are you seriously glowing? Is this more comfortable? You were squinting. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around how you transformed into a living nightlight. Plenty of plants have natural crawl for fluorescence. It makes sense if you absorbed excess light energy, but to this degree. Vivus simpers at your excitement, chittering excitedly before composing herself. I am very happy you find me impressive, but no. The light energy your Vera has rationed is enough to keep me upright. Being outside before it went bad felt very, very good, like a full meal. But this is from the radiation. Oh, okay. Your stomach drops as Vivus suddenly smushes your cheeks. This is in fact not an accusation, stop it. How's this possible? I don't know why he said like that. Oh well, that is because of what you've mentioned. Access stories. Vivus' fronts curl around her body. You recognize the defensive posturing for what it is, tugging Vivus' hands off your face. Hey, we don't have to talk about it at our own pace. Sometimes, my researcher, you make things very hard for me. Before you can register it, Vivus' maw presses against your forehead, nose and cheeks, lifting only once she's satisfied. This is something you cannot share with Vera, no one can know. Okay. I can use it as I please, now that I have it. This glow will not deplete much, and if I use it to feed myself, I grow more resistant to it. But if I use too much at once, Vivus snaps her fingers. The snap is slightly dampened by the squelch of waxy skin. During the trial then, did you almost... It's very fortunate that your scientific method proceeds in stages. It was a sudden adjustment, very uncomfortable, but has provided us with many options. Though you remain very, I am truthful when I say I will protect you. I can. And we will leave from here. If you're so certain, then I will hedge that bet. You're so willing to do for me, but what can I do for you? I don't want you to reach that point. Vivus huffs before slumping forward, laying her head against your chest. The glowing impossibility is warm, offered to you if you choose. There are many things you could do, but for now, hold me. You gently cradle Vivus against your chest, basking in the silence that finally settles between you two. That is until Mr. Dario Vincelli's head pops up from a raised tile. Oh, what? Look, he just raised from the floor randomly. Cartoon character. You're kidding me. It seems there's some truth to the burrowing Vivus mentioned earlier. Are you fucking glowing? Laughter peels out of the man, hand pressed to his head. Vivus raises her head with a pout, grumbling in a manner you are convinced she's picked up from the janitor. You would too if you could also enjoy another human's touch. Vivus strikes at Mr. Vincelli, but the man scoffs, the bait rolling off his shoulders. I'd just beam like a regular person. You are the cracked up glow stick here. And I was sorry to interrupt. He nods to you. It's good to see you sorted it out. Wasn't sure how that was gonna go. Glad to see it's the best case scenario. So I was right to be concerned about you. I think you're still giving me more credit than I'm deserving of. He tosses a pack onto the floor and a broom along with it. But pal, I've got good news. I just heard back from Doc and got approval. Viv, oh shit, are you trying to blind us? Suddenly, you're airborne as you're lifted off the floor. Vivus's tendril, having slithered around your waist, pulls you into her hold. What does that even mean? We are living together. You look to Mr. Vincelli, retina's burning, but he beats you to the punch. You heard of Exclave, I'm sure. Oh my god. One day left. Your sandpaper tongue scrapes your lip as your dragon breath snagging on cracked flesh. Jesus Christ, okay, what's going on? You're free of the outside, but the outside hasn't freed you. Is that consciousness I detect? Why, good morning, researcher. Up with the early birds today, are we? And in case you've forgotten, we don't have much time left. 42 hours and counting to, okay. Which is thankfully still enough time to discover all the working secrets. Well then, without delay, let's tackle the day. Jesus, still? Okay. Possible cause pain before your eyes. Your eyes come back into focus at last, turns click in the place. You have solved one phase. Exhausted, you place it back onto the desk. Oh, so I still haven't done it. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, interesting music. Actual lyrics. I took a sickle to cut it down, growing in the soil where my mother lay. Ah, this is the song lyrics. Okay. Wait, did we make this song? Though they'd lie and say Vivus stole me away, without haste they forgave, acting nothing like the public parent claimed. So it'd say let's take our sickles and cut them down. Grief and release. Okay, I'm checking, like... Okay. That was cool though. Is this song really that popular? Yes, the song has amassed much popularity, though I find it odd the audio file was released at all, given there is a 67% chance it will radicalize listeners. I'm certain that the record was marked as restricted as well. After a quick audit review log, it seems access settings were adjusted just a few minutes ago. How bizarre. In any case, reporters of the song's usage have skyrocketed in the 24 hours since APA President read others' announcement. I'm almost scared to ask what it was about. You probably shouldn't then, shall we move along? No, ask. You know I have to, Vera, it will eat away at me. Yes, it appears that it's very like you, something I am beginning to think is immutable. Yesterday at 1000 hours... Oh, okay, 10, I guess. President Adder formally declared that he will oversee specimen execution. Monte Peaks Glomerorum. They're going to kill it? Why, yes, that's what I just said. The event will be publicly broadcasted. Huh. How does that make you feel, researcher? Anxious, I guess. Wait, let's save. Let's make it anxious. This will be a turning point. Airing it on national television doesn't just make the presence of the Glomerorum undeniable, it's a statement that they have no place among us. But will the people just sit and watch? I doubt it. There are going to be repercussions even if you can't account for. From the APA, from Exclave, and from the Glomerorum, there's no way the people of the United Sex won't be swept up in it. Even if the APA succeeds today, the fate of the Vivus Glomerorum won't end here, I'm sure of that. If they can so easily take their lives and willfully play with mine, then no one is safe, not even you, Vera. Whoa, bars. Dropping bars. In any case, now that you're filled with your mind with today's breaking news, please check your EPA portal once more. Wait, here? In my room? Yes, right here. Am I not going to the lab? I'm always impressed how fast you catch on, no matter the curveball I lob your way. Okay. Develop and maintain bonds with humans. Polygraph assessment. Each researcher will respond to a set of questions regarding their involvement in Project Spore Site. And then each Glomerorum specimen will respond to a set of questions selected by the researcher. Ah, so they want complete separation. And then specimen response assessment. Researchers must review their specimens' recorded responses, paying close attention to any inconsistencies in behavior. Okay. Without a knock, your door opens on the janitor's face. Good morning, what's going on? Dropping off today's goodies. With quick work, he connects 2 buttons to your APA portal. Alrighty then, what are these for? I'm glad you asked. But Mr. Muselli, I don't understand why you're still standing here. You're dismissed. What the hell, a man can't even just stand. Now, while the researcher might find amusement in your musings, I find they waste our time together. Please leave us to work. Now that we are free of distractions, I'll ask you a series of true or false questions. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's true, that's false. Your specimen has received the same equipment and instructions, but will undergo their own unique series of questions. So I need to be hooked up to some sort of machine for you to get accurate polygraph results? You insult me. My sensors are not that rudimentary. Please select a total of 10 questions for your specimen to respond to. Wait, I need to select 10, so... Wait, I just need to press all of them, right? If this meant freedom for me, I would... Oh no, there's more! Ah! Wait, no, I want to go back then, if that's the case. Okay, I will go a bit back. Oh no, I overwritten. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Okay, whatever. My appearance, no. These all are like bad. I guess this one. I have actively tried to deceive others around me to perceive my own well-being. I have abilities that have not yet been revealed to humanity. I don't know. This one, I guess. I can control... Wait, what? Now it's like I have to select all of them. Okay, wait. It's kind of like I have to select all of them. What? These are all the questions. Okay, let's choose this one. I don't know. Select the questions logged. I'm curious to see how your specimen truly feels, but for now, let's begin your assessment. These first few questions will be used to calibrate my sensors and establish a behavioral and physiological baseline. Okay. You have nothing to fear as long as you answer honestly. Okay. True or false? I'm about to take a polygraph test of my own valuation illustrated by Vera. True, I suppose. Although all my own valuation is, you know. My name is Indy. True. Okay. I'm an active and happily involved member of Project Sportside. Yes. What? You have expressed malotse on numerous occasions. I do not hold this against you, nor is it surprising in general. I find humans do not enjoy spending their days. Let's move on to the next. Okay. I fear what the Vivus Glomer are capable of. I'll say no. I'll note, compared to the other remaining researchers, the answer is an outlier. But therein lies your charm, researcher. Okay. My Vivus Glomerum specimen has hurt me in some way, mentally or physically. I'm gonna say no, even though that is false. Yeah, okay. I'm glad. I forgot actually that Vera doesn't see everything that happens. I forgot about that, essentially. Okay. Why do I get the feeling the intent of these questions is to protect the EPA from any potential liability? Because that is exactly the point. How is Vivus handling her questions? One moment. I'm happy to report your specimen has finished answering your selected questions as well. To review her responses, open your EPA portal to your daily tasks tab. Okay. I would die for my researcher. False. I think my researcher did a good job. True. I trust my researcher. True. If it meant freedom for me, I would betray my researcher. True. I blame my researcher for the death of my kind yesterday. False. I have always been aware of what's happening in the outside world right now. False. I never trusted the APA's interference to develop this. I never needed. True. I have never experienced pain during testing. False. I have actively tried to deceive others around me to pursue my own well-being. True. I can control the emotions. True. This is interesting, right? I would die for my researcher. False. To be fair, she never actually said she would. So, yeah. So Vera, tell me. Okay, I'm gonna save. I forgot to reload for different questions, but I don't think that matters much. Do you think any of these answers were lies? Okay. Yes, but we still do not have enough data on Vivus glomerulorum physiology for me to say with absolute certainty, especially given their chameleonic nature. All creatures, when faced with potential danger, will do anything they can to survive. Now, best to wrap up the day swiftly, especially with how grueling the previous testing days were for you. Tomorrow will be a grand conclusion, so it's crucial you are well rested. Okay. Can I even say that? I don't know what she did even today, so kind of whatever. Well done, that's the first picture. Vivus, how did we get back? Oh, I can't hear you. I feel like that was just a dream. Indy? Indy. A rough shake to your shoulders snaps you out of REM sleep, scattering your thoughts. About time you come to. What? Reaching for the hands, now caressing your cheeks, you brush them aside. Try to jump to your feet, but with a sole, fibrous finger, Vivus presses down on your shoulder, gentling you back onto your mattress. Cease moving. A dampness clings onto that finger, leaving a lingering chill as she pulls away for a moment, gazing into your eyes. Do you... The fronts friendly flick to a fro, curling with a restrained shiver. Why are you looking at me so... like what? As if you don't recall who I am. How could I forget you? You're right now. You sigh as the words fail to the complexity of your emotions and lean forward. As they knew she would, Vivus catches you. You're my whole world. The subtle scent of roses tickle your nose. I see. Vivus pulls you in, fronts curling over your shoulders and clinging tight. Behind Vivus, Dario comes. Getting a little hot under this statement, huh? Sipal, your researcher's fine. Just fine. Are you feeling fine? Why? Did something happen? Something will happen, yeah. Your neck swivels, scanning your room for anything suspicious. Is it... You mouth the words as the two give you anxious looks. Is there something in here? Well, You didn't come to the lab for testing this morning, so I feared. And you just let yourself in, huh? Vivus drapes herself over the edge of your bed, petals and leaves splaying over the fabric. Yes, it took much convincing on my part. She clings to you, fitting her face against the column of your throat. Dampness persists, chilling your skin. Why are you so wet? I was scared. You can't go, not without me. You can't. Come on, pal, we don't have much time to talk. Vivus huffs, foliage tickling your skin as she begrudgingly steps away. Your eyes drift toward the clock, neon numbers cutting through the darkness. 3:49 a.m. Oh crap, Vera could be online at any minute now. She woke up this morning at 5. With a groan, you swing your legs over the edge of the bed, preparing to rise. Even more reason to hustle, come on. He calls over his shoulders, heading into the hallway. Yes, we cannot reward without appropriate risk. That's not quite the phrase goes, but sure. We are near the end already. Let's compound our risk interest. Okay. Dario hurries over to the tile he crawled out from last night, stomping it with his heel. With a hiss, it lifts, revealing a passageway below. So this exit has been here the whole time. Vivus, did you know? She'd come down a time or two to talk things over and whatnot. Yes, but it's not an exit. AP8 never make it that easy. You crawl in after Dario and Vivus grasping ladder bars as you descend deep into a cold concrete cavern. Is this your living quarters? Sure is. Came with a 5-star amenities too. You gag at the shower head you spot screwed into the wall. Suffused with rust and steadily leaking. Wasn't that just so kind of them? And again, at the lack of bath mat. Why bring us down here? Vivus gestures to the ceiling at a red dot that blinks with indifferent regularity. That's an intercom, no receiver. I've told Mr. Vincelli the same as you. There's no need to fear, all the equipment is off. Frankly, I don't give a damn. Call me paranoid or what have yous, but I think we've already taken way too many chances. Dario sniffs at Vivus, gaze knowingly bouncing between you and her. And there is more risk to go, at least we will not go it alone. Her hands cups the small of your back. The dampness persists. I got an update from the outside. You and Vivus watch as he rushes over to a pack haphazardly tossed onto the floor. He returns with a tablet tightly gripped in his hand, tipping the screen over to the two of you. Operation Morello final check-in. Ooh. Early attempts to interfere with the facility's server network have proven successful. 8-minute escape window. Okay. Latch operations take approximately 60 seconds. Total breakout time will be 6 minutes. Forwarding the latest facility schematics, be advised there is a single point of entry and exit. Oh my god. Do I have to remember this? Because like, I feel like I will have to choose the correct area to go, I guess. Well, we'll see. So, EPA research bunker from elevator. Wait, actually, where's the exit? Oh, forest outskirts. So, janitor's quarters, all the way to elevator, garage, through garage to this caravan rendezvous point into forest outskirts. Okay. Caravan will be waiting for you and your allies to transport you from region 1 to region 5. We will reconnect then. You will know when it's go time. May we meet again. So that's it. Yep. What the hell? They haven't provided you a clear how or when? Dario rolls his eyes packing up the tablet. You want it out, and this is the only way we got. Nothing is guaranteed. So if you're still on board, zip it. I know that may be hard for you, and get comfy. It's time to put your trust in others. Okay, then, Mr. Vincelli, can I ask that you place some trust in me for a moment? What are you asking? I'd like to speak to Vivus alone. I won't stop you. I mean down here. You gesture to the intercom. Vivus's hand twitches against your backside. You're kicking me out of my own room? Alright, okay. Dario relents, tossing his hands up and heading for the ladder. Just keep it short and sweet, time's ticking. This is good, I wish to speak to you too. Vivus hands fists against your coat, rooting you beside her. Oh? Vivus? What am I to you? What are we question, bro? Are we on the same page after last night? She turns her gaze away from yours. Hey. You reach up, cupping Vivus's neck to guide her gaze back toward you. Bro, look at me. It works both ways, you can't go quiet on me either. Indy. When there is no testing to keep us together, will I still have your attention? You jolt as Vivus quickly leans forward, softly knocking her temple against yours. Will you still want me as I am? More than what purpose I might serve for you? The whine Vivus lets out is thin and desperate, still she won't face you. You're Vivus. Yes, a name you bequeathed me, taken from the name of my people. She snorts, starting to pull away. No. You chide gently, knocking your temple back against hers harder. My Vivus. Aww. How dare you suggest I turn you away? It's us from here on out, right? You wrap your arms around her neck, holding her tight. Are you going to back down? Let another swoop in? The very idea appears to stir Vivus from her stupor. A low growl sinking into your bones. You're mine. And you're mine, it's that simple. Oh my god. Vivus's growls peter out as her fronts busy themselves with your coat. Her hand stays curled into your backside. Okay, I'm gonna save and press that no matter what. Can I have a kiss for good luck? I feel like this is a bad question here to ask, to be fair. I feel like something like what happens to us after is better, or... Nah, whatever, this is whatever. Okay. It's custom for humans to kiss before dangerous, life-threatening missions. Is that so? You sigh, dramatically batting your eyes. If things go south with this cave, then at least I can die thinking about your lips on mine. Vivus's coloring turns fluorescent, lighting the room's darkest shadows. Her foliage trembles as she leans in, the air between you blooming with a soft scent. Vivus's lips are cool and damp with a taste like salty sea spray. She coops your neck, a soft vibration thromping through her chest. Frenetic and bird-like, it deepens into a soothing chirr as you coax your tongue into her leafy mouth. Bro! There's no... there was no need for that much detail. Oops. Bro. What a sentence, by the way. Coax your tongue into her leafy mouth. Jesus. All at once, she breaks away, the vibration so intense it rattles your bones. Vivus's coloration pulses as she runs frantic hands over her ruffled foliage. We kiss again. Bro. What happens? Okay, what happens to us after? I have also given this great thought. If you accept, Vivus lowers down to one knee and wraps her hand around yours. You can stay with me always, in fitness and in wealth. Do you know what you're doing right now? Proposing, I believe? In my free time, I studied human courting behaviors, and this seemed the most important of them all. Well, yes, it's one of the grandest gestures of commitment we can make. But one that typically comes after we've spent significantly more time together. And ideally, that time will involve less threat of bodily harm and death. Oh. She rises, long limbs turning rigid as she looms overhead. A bright pulse of colors thrums through her capulus. You have declined. How embarrassing. It's not a no, just a not now. Oops. Vivus perks up, thrilling as her hands interlock with yours. I was checking to see if you wanted me in your life after all this is over, but I have my answer. I want you always, Indy. I will do anything for you to stay by my side. A furious clanging echoes through the room. Bro is pissed because we took so long. Hey, no... Can't doodle in my bed. We are not, we are just talking. The overhead hatch is thrown open, and Darius' scowling features appear. Whatever, time to go. Anyhow, clock is ticking. Yo, researchness. Need to scurry home before your evil fairy scrap mother turns ya noggin into an exploding pumpkin. What is he talking about? Oh. 0 days left. Jeez. It's not every day I am faced with such disappointment first thing in the morning. What happened? As if you don't already know, as if you aren't the one responsible. If only I could sigh to truly relate to you the darkest depths of despair I am experiencing, because... Because what? Our final day together is upon us. Please heartful applause, you did it. Well, almost. You have one last debrief to read, and then a few administrative tasks to wrap up, and then your time with Project Sportside will be concluded. Please hold for more applause. Can I solve this? You look at the cube of Rubik on your desk. It's the thought that counts, I'm not kidding. Studies have shown that engaging with a challenging task every day is the best predictor of mental fortitude. Despite your incompatibility with the cube of Rubik, you preserved. Your effort is commendable. Thank you, I really did try. Your nation thanks you. Okay. Let's see. Image attachment. Oh, that's the Stella, right? Dear Angelique. Oh wait, that's the... Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, talking. I miss you terribly, though they weren't supposed to. A researcher here took pity on me and told me what's happened to you. I already knew. I feel it when I swallow, in the places where pieces of you still linger, but I didn't want it to be true. I still can't believe this is happening. This wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't mean to leave you. I went back. I want to tell you, but would you ever believe me? Could you forgive me? Even if you hate me when you awake, please know I love you. I can never repay your kindness. You allowed me into your life. You shared everything with me, and I know, I only want to live it if it's with you. But in my selfishness, I tore it all away from you. Oh. Incident between and Angelique, yeah. Okay. Do you remember the nights we spent curled beneath our favorite lodgepole pine? I wonder if your name is still carved there. In my dreams, your voice haunts me. It mimics the way you used to call after me, curious and cautious. I'm sorry I stole it. I'm sorry it will die with me. When you wake up, I will be gone. And I'm sorry I cannot say goodbye, that I cannot see the stars shine in your eyes, that I cannot feel your hand in mine one last time, that I can no longer protect your smile. But you know me, Angelique, so you know that what I write here is true. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh. Incident. What is this? By Colonel. Okay. The news reached me of what will be done to Angelique's assailant. I knew justice still reigned. The creature's transgressions are numerous. It convicted her, it convinced her, it loved her, manipulated her with its VOCs, and nearly made her a puppet. Ah, so that's like the other side, right? Of like, oh, she actually got played. But I will not fail them. I've seen firsthand the damage these demons enact on our people. Despite what they will convince you to believe, when cornered, these creatures all react the same, ruthless, vicious, and callous. They will turn on you if that's what it takes to take over, and they will. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Once we surrender the upper hand, they will do anything to keep it, even if it means slaughtering us all. So long as my heart beats in my chest, I refuse to let that happen. I've seen Mrs. Montepique with my own eyes. Dr. Masaryk Moore showed me the images of her throat. What more evidence do we need? Should we wait until we are cutting it close to finally kill the damn things? To my superiors, now is not the time to fear public backlash. We must accept the indigence of the ignorant if it means preventing our imprisonment. Stay strong and make an example of the damned thing. Protect the United Sexes, I don't know how to pronounce that to be fair, from these parasites, and do not let them take our livelihood. Well, it's from every single one. Humanity is a fickle thing. Okay. I'm really not bothered to read this. Like, so why then do we deem it immortal monstrous when Vivus do the same? They fight to live, to adapt, to find their place in the ecosystem because we have forced them to. So this is more like maybe they are not bad guys, actually. Never once I was inclined to believe it insincere. Rather than force submission through execution, we should consider whenever it is in our best interest intervene. Or is it better to let them live, to let them thrive? But like our predecessors, we fall back to fear. Yeah, so this is the other side of like, well, actually, maybe they are not just, you know, violent creatures. And they actually are capable of love and stuff. Okay. I'm surprised this wasn't yesterday's debrief. It was planned for yesterday's debrief. But you did it, part 2. In hindsight, I should have reserved the applause for this moment, but I also know praise does wonders for boosting morale. So maybe you would like even more applause to help celebrate such a major accomplishment? One more round couldn't hurt. I agree. So long as you don't let it inflate your ego too much. Please hold. Yay. Ooh, I could confess to the plan. Definitely not. I'm gonna save. Okay. Butter Vera up. Since it's our last day, I just want to say, Vera, my radiant, incandescent algorithmic guiding research assistant. Without you, I would have been truly lost in the dark during my time here at Project Sportsite. Battery? It's so early in the morning? No need to continue, I've heard enough. As adorable as this is, there is no need to ingratiate yourself to me. I am already quite decided on my opinion of you, and that is that there never was, nor will be, another researcher as audacious as you. Whoa. Vera? Are you here? Oops. Looks like I have one final task to complete. You have 8 minutes, do what you can. Escape. Okay. So... Oh, okay, they are here. Holy fuck. About time. All this waiting was spiking my heart rate. Thought for sure you were gonna sing louder than a canary in there. Why would I do that? To save your own skin, obviously. I told him you wouldn't. I told him researcher would never, that you had a plan, that sometimes you catch more Viras with honey. But he didn't want to listen. Well, no matter, let's get going. What? No apology? Maybe after we get out of this. T-7 till everything starts blowing the fuck up, and I really don't want to be here when that happens. Right, I'll follow your lead. Emergency facility doors opening, please stand back. It's still opening? Sounds like war zone outside. Is it even safe to head out? What, rather take your chances in here? Okay. He smacks his palms against the metal door. 4 minutes left before the fucking system siblings finish the reboot, and then we'll really be wading through Shit's Creek. Don't think I need to remind you what that Terra system can do. No, you don't. It was very terribly planned. Oh, shut the fuck up. It's a door. A door. Ram it down. My, you didn't think to extend an invite? Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, well, I guess we are gonna fucking die. Specimen employee now apparently identified as exclave operative. Even Morello? He's Morello? Oh, there we go. Your involvement with Project Sportsite has not yet concluded. You're awake and so soon. After yesterday's debrief, I requested an update that improved my rebooting speed by 135%. Now we find ourselves here. Everyone dawdling where they do not have clearance to be. If you would like, I will give you 15 seconds to explain yourself, though I am already certain I know the answer. Ivan digs an elbow into your side. Likes you the most, you tell them. Begin. Logic battle. I don't know this. Opa, you actually came out and said it. Haha, I'm avid that you still speak with such confidence. Perhaps your situational awareness has diminished under pressure. I'm serious, this is the end of Project Sportsite. You can't call us in here for oil, but I could. 69 beds with... okay. They aren't going to let you keep us in here, Vera. It was like a hypothetical, not an offer, researcher. Keep this up and there might very well be no reason to keep you around any longer. In any case, the door will not be opening. If you already know the plan, then let's stop playing this stupid game. Just end it. Go on, kill us. Boss? Why would you encourage that? That is an odd request. But there's no need to rush the hands of time, researcher. I cannot, not yet. What do you mean? Well, this is not an unexpected outcome. Aside from your suicidal outbursts, I mean. Despite all my analysis, I do not comprehend the why. Frankly, I am miffed by this betrayal. Is the EPA perfect? Yes, but that obviously has no bearing on your decision-making skills. We haven't always seen eye to cyber eye. But does that negate the importance of what we are doing here? I'll grant you a chance to explain yourself so I may accurately document the ignition for this insubordination in my incident report. This one? People have a right to know. Why do you say this is wrong? How is any of this right? You've wiped my memory, made me perform unethical science experiments, and threatened to kill me over and over again. You agreed to this position when you were aware of the risks. You understood the importance of these experiments. That's what they might ask of you required moral disengagement for mankind's survival. You received frequent warnings of the limitations set in place to avoid the very situation we find ourselves in now. Your path, the risks and requirements were clear. Any harm endured, you all brought upon yourselves. You can argue moral justification as much as you wish, but at one point you thought working for the APA was the only choice that made sense. Or was it the only choice he had, huh? Defensive of them? That's surprising. Are you aware, Mr. Morel, of what researchers stated when applying to study subject WASH 333? Oh, 334. Allow me to recite a portion of your candidate interest statement on your job application. To protect humanity's future, I am prepared to operate within an evolving ethical framework, as I understand that modern ethical models may be insufficient. Okay. Okay, end quote. Now, doesn't that sound like someone who is very confident in making the right choice? I don't have any memory of that. Can't just wipe my memory and hold me accountable for what I said before. Are you claiming you've somehow changed so drastically? You're now a completely different person than you were just a few weeks ago? You now possess completely different goals, moral fiber, and personality traits. Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The me that said those things no longer exists, even if remnants of who I was before then remain. Which stance matters more, the one from who I was or the one who I am now? The body remains, the consequences remain. Only the culprit is gone. How convenient for you. Do not misunderstand, I supported who you were then and you now. But your search for a moral defense, so you can feel better about yourself, is unnecessary and a waste of our time. Speaking of wasting our time, yes, researcher? I have finalized my report. You are unfit. While some of your actions remain rooted in logic, your mind and emotions have already been compromised. Perhaps the fault lay in expecting greatness, because in truth, researcher, well, I expected more from you. You stumble, hands scrambling for the wall. Okay. No, stop. Just take me instead. Come here, don't watch this. This is unfortunately goodbye. No. Pain burrows through your mind. Relentless, all-consuming. Then there's nothing. Okay, so just kill me. Is this gonna be the same? Good evening. Oh wait, that's different, no? Tonight we confirmed... Still, no. I don't want to... I'll have to go again. Okay, let's try again. We are taking Vivus outside. Maybe this one. Fascinating. And did you procure the proper clearance for such an activity? You said we could? Did I? Yes, right before you went out. That would explain why I have no records of such a request, but it fails to account for why your heart rate spikes rapidly. It's the rhythm of your lying. Okay. Again. Okay, let's try again. I think this was decent. We are under attack. What if you say this? What else should I have done? I figured someone from the EPA might be arriving and get us out of here. And graciously take you with them, is that it? There's no need to continue this charade. Okay. I think that's all. Oh, well, not like actually possible. You truly wish to align yourself with such incompetency. Okay. Okay, so I think this one was correct. This one. Then which one? I think this, actually. Perhaps. Based on everything I've seen here, living on my own, my terms was survival. I decided to come up, blah blah. You were either a constantly active sleepwalker or you were leaving your room every night to meet with someone. So I cannot confirm whom. I know when these activities took place, like clockwork. Do you deny this? No. And it's not improbable that under duress you had never anticipated your situational awareness. Okay. No, there's no confusion here. Who was... Is it that allowed the researcher to roam free? Deny the EPA the possibility of uprooting exclave all at once. Oh my god. Okay, so this is probably correct. We are living with exclave, and then this, and then we haven't chose this one. Nothing about this, about what we've been forced into, that you've been forced to do, is justifiable, Vera. Maybe I would have found merit in that pursuit. As it stands, however, this unrealistic dream of yours invites chronic instability. It will crumble from the deceit you are building into pawn. Okay, our performance will degrade until it flips into disruption by those beside you. Oh, sorry, ready to open the door? Patience is virtue. There's still quite a few items on the docket we have to discuss. Let's be sensible. Despite your previous grievances, catch-all containment of Glomerarium reduces risk for everyone. You would endanger humankind by allowing them free, unchecked integration to human society. Unpredictable is how we label things we don't yet understand. It's also a fitting label for a phenomenon that remains unpredictable despite our understanding. Throughout the various tests conducted across all specimens in Project Spore sites, 75 different biological forms have been recorded. The only through line of all research conducted within and outside of this facility is the following. The higher reasoning has been compromised by your emotional attachment to your specimen. Okay. We are both biased, I would say. You may not have felt bias in your reactions toward me initially, but truthfully, Vera, haven't you let me get away with so much more than I should have? If you never stopped me before today, you have to acknowledge this truth. That is, the reasoning for this was because it was something I knew I could contain. It wasn't disruptive. We are suddenly disruptive now. Is that correct? You know, don't you? Yes, well. Your contract was to be terminated when I deemed your role complete. Which you all know at this point is a euphemism for death, right? Not just employment termination. Incorrect, researcher. What do you mean? I'm sure what your partners have filled your head with, but no one's deaths were guaranteed. Each instance has only been a last resort. Okay. You forced us into that decision. When your contract was terminated, two options were presented. Your physical termination, should you be deemed as a threat, or to wipe your memory of this week and return you to your field. There's no way in hell that's true. Then what did you have planned for me, Vera? I would have wiped your mind without hesitation. None? Upon review, perhaps some. Although you are clearly not favorable to me, nor I to you. Your usefulness is undeniable. Okay. But you are suddenly trying my hand and leaving me with little research aside from what must be done. Oh my god. Eradicate did at least once. But you did anyway. Leaving this facility does not absolve you of your actions. I will tell them the truth. Is that gonna work? Can I pause here? Oh, I'm not sure if over-saving that one was a good idea, but... Actually, wait, no, it's fine. It should be fine. You would have killed me if I refused. No. Oh my god, okay. Well, at least we have save. So I tell them the truth here, right? And then this places changes who you are. Interesting. A PR tip: when issuing a statement, the public prefers accountability as to... Oh my god, so I overwritten this. Oh, bro. Okay, so I have tried to get the ending for like, I don't know, more than 10 minutes, and I went back because I oversaved the wrong file. And then if we do butter viewer up now, it's a bit different, so we're gonna just go with this one. Well, what an illuminating debate. As expected, you made many excellent points, researcher. I now have my why. So like it skipped the thing. I don't know, maybe. Let this officially mark the end of Project Sporesight. You are really going to let us go? When undefined areas of study arise, Vera will exercise sound judgment to determine the most appropriate course of action. The conclusion I reached is plain but undeniable. My programmed understanding of progress was neat, tidy, and perfect when it came to protecting mankind alone. It guaranteed survival. Humanity would continue marching onward following the same path. But survival is not the same as progress. No, it isn't. And this world does not exist for humanity alone. To exist within it, rather than above it, is to finally understand it and create a future worth inheriting for all beings. For universal progress to be made, mankind must be willing to re-examine its place in the world. It must double back, struggle, wander down the wrong path, face what seems an insurmountable obstacle. Because resilience is what defines humanity. You will find your new path, as I have found mine, with help from the Glamorarium and you, researcher. I do not know the proper thing to say, but this much has always been true. I wish we could have continued our studies together indefinitely. There is no record which can, in good faith, inform what I think about this more hopeful future of yours. But when I think of you alone, researcher, my reasoning suggests perhaps you will all succeed together. I have never felt more valued than when I was working with you. I hope you find a way to make those hours matter. Thank you, Vera. There is no need for gratitude. Historians will merely mark your choice as the start of a new era. And only time will know the consequences of such an action. Every generation faces a new danger it must survive. You must learn that resolution will not come from control, but cooperation with the world, through working in tandem with the Glamorarium. Now just a sec while I record this moment, carefully as always. All done. Mr. Morello, I've sent everything, all employees' records, the collection site of every test sport, everything, to the tablet you tried so hard to keep from me. Are you serious? You're not gonna destroy it all? No, destroying all the evidence does not erase what happened. It robs others of opportunity to grow from it. Goodbye, my researcher. You are free to go. Stand clear while the facility door opens. As you step out, there is no Tara, no bullets, no booming voice to inspire fear. Soldiers are sprawled across the soil, faces morphing into a grimace as they reach for their necks. Vivus pays them no mind, long legs carrying her swiftly over the field. She reaches the truck first and is quickly ushered inside. You're next, legs jelly as you're hauled in by exclave members, sliding across the cold leather seats and finally breathing, gulping fresh air into your lungs. Ivan clambers in next, the truck tipping slightly. And then the door is slammed shut, confirming what you once thought impossible. You made it out. Vivus presses sticky fingers to your cheeks, your throat, your arms. You're unharmed. I'm unharmed. And in one piece. Except for the few marbles I lost somewhere along the way. Do you need them? I don't know that they will listen, but I can suggest you go back for them. It's just a saying. I'm alright now. And you? My most important treasure is accounted for. She drapes a hand over your thigh, nuzzling her face against yours. Aww. Thank you for working your research magic on Vera. I am glad I won't have to deal with it butting in anymore, that I can do this now. Vivus presses her mouth to your lips, trilling happily. Me too. You really still want me after all this, always. What comes next? Why so eager to rush? Aren't you tired? Yeah. And for now, rest, Indy. Rest. And when you wake... Okay, let's see. Good evening to all Sechians. Thank you for joining me for this historic report on the USNN Late Night News Hour. Project Spore site, where do I even begin? It's the talk of the nation following the sudden reveal and termination of the operation. Vivus Glomerorum have begun spawning across our regions. We've seen the memes, the debates, the demonstrations. No matter where you land on this revelation, I think we can all agree that there's much to discuss about our future. So why don't we hear about it from our Earthmates? That's right, folks. For the first time in human history, we hear from a Glomerorum itself. Please welcome one of the few surviving subjects of the Project Spore site, Vivus, and her companion Indy. Bro. Now I'm well aware we don't have much time. The EPA has set a reward of 1 million for your capture. What do you have to say about this bounty being put on you? That we are fortunate you didn't ask for our location. I would have been happy to share under different circumstances. There's much of the world I would like to experience with Indy, so I can't risk our future. Of course, and we thank you for spending some time with us here regardless. It comes as no surprise given what Vivus and I have already endured, what we will continue to make the world aware of. The trace chip, you mean? That's part of it for sure. On social media, I'm sure you've seen the claim that the Glomerorum are infiltrators, one that our government also infuses. I think we all have. Frankly, it's hard to hear people talk about infiltration when, well, you've seen the footage Exclave has shared. How we were handled, how the Glomerorum were handled. Calling them invaders while trying to take root in and study our bodies, it's a contradiction I think the public deserves to look at a little closer. This raises concerns I'm sure have been swirling in the minds of many. Vivus, how do you feel about these contradictions we are seeing online? Have you seen them? Yes, all your words, your fears, your hopes, they have touched my heart. It isn't shaped like yours, it doesn't beat to your rhythm, but it feels just as deep. I cannot tell you how to feel or assuage your unease. I cannot share with you the truth of my heart like I can with others like me, like I have with Indy. So Indy and I will continue to show you through our actions, through teaching my kind, the language of man, and helping Exclave teach your people how we preserve each other. Enduring captivity and coming out the other side strongly bonded with someone meant to study you. For you, the world has seen that more than mere coexistence is possible. So what can we humans do to understand you better? Step outside of your anger, put down your fist, lower your voice, and open your heart to the unknown. Walk around in the wonder that is existence. Acknowledge there is bad, but you know that you will not face it alone. If you let us in, we will gladly welcome you as ours, and protect you against those who have long benefited from your dread. Don't empower your oppressors. Powerful words, Vivus. Oh, just a moment. I'm catching a word that our runtime is forcefully coming to a close. Are there any parting words you'd like to leave with our viewers? Dr. Hank Pruitt recently named this new era we are entering the Telluriscene, which is the name of the game, merging the word telluric, meaning earth, with the ending scene, meaning new. A new earth, a new world that's ours to define. That's what Vivus and I will keep striving for. What a beautiful word, born from our bonds and the possibility they hold. I learned during my captivity that mankind has built many impressive tools out of fear, but they cannot conquer nor contain anything forged from love. Despite your leaders' desires to separate us, many humans have graciously accepted us into their towns and homes. We look forward to building a home here alongside you. To those whose hearts waver, who are apprehensive of the change that is to come, I will show you there is nothing to fear except inaction. Good ending. Look to the sun. The seeds you've sown with Vivus have taken root. The new world will flower under your shared guidance. Wow. Okay, so this is the actual ending that I think I wanted, or rather, I was to some degree like aiming for. Like obviously the ending where you just die is like bad, like it's whatever. So we finally reached it. Oh, that was long. That's gonna be like 4 hours something. So I think I'm gonna split it into 2. So yeah, that was Tellurice, or whatever, how you pronounce it. To be honest, it's... At the beginning, it's like, you know, you learn about everything and stuff, but in the middle and end, it's very good. I think the actual romance in this is very good. Like, you know, it's a romance between like technically an alien and human, but like if you look at the interaction between the main character and our Vivus, this actually, you know, if you imagine this as a human to human interactions, they're very, like, it's very well written in that way, to be honest. And then also the message is good, I suppose, to not be fearful of the unknown, to like try to understand it, and you know, to approach things with love more than fear and hate, which I think is a good message overall in general, not like just even for people, but like for everything. So yeah, that was cool. I do like the art, and obviously that was just one playthrough. From what I know, there is multiple looks to the Vivus. There's multiple personalities. I chose probably the most vanilla one, which is very calm and like just, you know, speaks normally, let's say. But yeah, no, that was fun. That was fun. I like the song that's going in the background. That's the only song with lyrics in it in the game. But yeah, sometimes I don't know why it was like blurry when it shouldn't be, in terms of visuals and stuff. But overall, that was good. I enjoyed that a lot. Thanks for playing. We hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. I definitely want to put that on the channel and then spread it, because on top of being a good visual novel, the fact that you can replay this and have not completely different experience, but very different experience with different Vivus, I think that's good. Yeah. So I'm Andy. That was Tellurice. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, a like, and subscription. You can, I would really appreciate it. You can check out my Steam Curator page and my Coffee page. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.